From Pretoria. Reggie, so 300 stations, could many more run dry?
Yes, Francis, we've been monitoring the trends beginning of yesterday after we were receiving a lot of complaints from the retailers. And a quick snapshot just for a day gave us 300 people that reported just within one day that they've actually experienced problems with the shortages, and that's obviously just on our members' report. And we know, of course, as well that not all the retailers report, these losses. So the problem is definitely higher than the 300, definitely. If one also consider that our members are only about 50 to 60% of the entire industry. So it's definitely on the rise. And in terms of the problem, it is actually happening across the country. Of the responses that we've received thus far, 61% is from Gauteng, followed by KZN at 14%, and then Western Cape. But we're also getting it from all over the provinces.
Reggie, you're saying the problem is the conversion process, taking 93 octane to 95. Who does that conversion? Who's to blame, and where does this all happen? Well,
the SABC members, which are all companies, obviously are involved in the refining process and the importation of all the elements that are required. So they really squarely are responsible for the delay. So the unconfirmed sources is that the delay was due to the importation not arriving on time. So one cannot verify that whether it's the real truth or part of it is just poor planning. But the reality is, on the ground, the problem has surfaced. So all companies, together with SABC, which represents them, should actually give us the details as to when they think this problem will be resolved.
So we don't know how long this problem will last for, and could it result in a real crisis here?
Yeah, we actually, the sources when we hear from the oil companies is that the situation is under control, but what we see on the ground is something different. So it is a bit of a worry. So I think we will need to hear from SABC themselves when exactly they're going to sort it out.
We'll try from our side as well. You said BP also facing a different, specific issue.
Well, BP also is showing shortages on diesel 50 ppm. We're not actually sure why that is, but we do know that 2 weeks ago there was an unplanned refinery shutdown at Cyprus, which mainly affects BP and Shell. So we were also told that that has been back into action. So we don't know exactly then how they are dealing with the backlog. So there's other factors where we know that all companies do not necessarily increase their distribution fleet when there is a backlog to try and mitigate the circumstances. And our big worry as well is that these things happen every year and towards the end of the year. And in a few weeks' time, we'll be faced with the demand for the festive season. And if this backlog and the problems are not sorted out, it just becomes a spiral effect. And every December, our retailers forever crying out for product, and consumers, demand product the highest at the time of the year.
Well, this definitely developing. We'll watch it closely and see what happens. Already 300 stations at least have run dry. That's what Reggie Sibiya from the Fuel Retailers Association